If you read the history book on the Washington State High School Girls Lacrosse Championship games, there are two teams that are on almost every page, Bainbridge and Lakeside. But last year there was a twist. A new character was added, and it was Lake Sammamish. They gave Bainbridge everything they had, but couldn't hold on, and Bainbridge won their 9th state title. Tonight, the plot thickens as Lake Sammamish has returned to the story and is trying once again to start a whole new chapter as they face 8-time champion Lakeside. Will Lakeside get their 9th title, or will Lake Sammamish finally crack the code and start a whole new storyline? It's Lake Sammamish and Lakeside for the Washington State Girls Lacrosse Championship game presented by Muscle Milk, and it's coming up next right here on the Lacrosse Network. Good evening, everybody. Scott Oshman, and I'm joined on our pregame show here with the U.S. Lacrosse president of the Washington State chapter, Dave Lowe. Dave, thanks for making some time for us.
Thanks, Scott. It's great to be here.
A historic kind of venue here. We're at Mercer Island High School here, just a couple minutes across the floating bridge from downtown Seattle. You started in 1993 here at the Mercer Island High School with the first state championship. Kind of a great to come back.
It is great to come back, and we've had a lot of great champions. And it really, as you mentioned in the open, it's great to have some new blood in our championship game.
Good, and we had a little audio thing there, so I just want to make sure your mic was up. Tell us a little bit about what is the state of the union, so to speak, for girls lacrosse, the high school for the state of Washington right now.
Well, boy, it's booming. We've and these are numbers from last year, but we had over 1,000 girls playing high school lacrosse, over 1,300 girls playing youth lacrosse. So girls lacrosse and as lacrosse as a whole is booming in the state of Washington.
And then what's happening as far as regionally and how we're doing? We've sent a lot of players out east. We've sent them all over the country, and they have fared very well. The level of play here in the state of Washington is becoming very high.
It really is, and colleges and schools around the country are looking to players out here. And yeah, as you mentioned, we've sent quite a few players back east, a bunch of the schools down in California that are playing Division I lacrosse now, so we're real excited.
And again, I have to ask you about the WIAA. Right now, today, lacrosse is not a sanctioned sport here in the state of Washington. Can you give us and our viewers just a update on how we're doing as far as progressing towards getting sanctioned?
Well, we're making progress. It's a long, arduous process, but at this point, we haven't put in an application for a couple of years, so we may be another year or two away from putting in an application to have the states sanction the sport. So at this point, what we're doing is really looking for support from the grassroots, from everyone out there, trying to go to their school administrators and talk to them and start conversations and have them understand how important it is for the sport of lacrosse to become sanctioned in Washington.
And what else is the U.S. Lacrosse Washington State chapter right now? What's the big initiative? What's the big milestones that you've hit in the past year?
Well, we actually have about 9,000, about 9,500 U.S. lacrosse members in the state of Washington. So our numbers continue to just grow exponentially. At the chapter level, what we're trying to do is broaden the game across the state, and we really have done a great job with that. This year we had the boys high school league had an Eastern Washington conference for the first time, which is a big landmark. We continue to award grants to new and up and coming teams to get more equipment into new teams. So those are a couple of the efforts that we're really pushing hard on.
Fantastic. Well, Dave, thank you very much for coming. Again, Dave Lowe, the president of the U.S. Lacrosse Washington State chapter. And right after this, we're going to break down this game. Great game. We have Lake Sammamish Lakeside. It's the Washington State Girls High School Championship game presented by Muscle Milk right here on the Lacrosse Network. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Is this us, Scott?
Welcome back, everybody. Scott Oshman, joined now by our expert analyst tonight, Emily Durbin. Emily, glad to have you here tonight.
Oh, it's great to be here on such a wonderful night here.
It is. Emily, have played college lacrosse. You've coached college lacrosse. You've played, or you've coached high school for many, many years. Tell us a little bit first, as we break down Lakeside and Lake Sammamish here tonight, what's it mean for these kids, for these parents, for these teams to play in a state championship like this?
Scott, that's a great question. A lot of buildup comes to this moment here. We have over 4,000 kids, over 200 schools in the state trying to get here to this moment tonight. So for these kids and for these players, for these fans, and the entire state of Washington, this is a big game tonight.
Huge, and it's an interesting game. None other than we have one big event that Bainbridge isn't here, Emily.
Oh, man, it's great to kind of see a nice change of pace here. It's nice to see that we have so many new players, so many new faces, and a nice challenge that the players have risen to get here, that we get to see a nice new parity here with the different teams playing and having people come and step up, fill bigger shoes that Bainbridge isn't here. And it should be a really exciting game, Scott.
Bainbridge, if you aren't aware, first time in 10 years they are not here in the championship game because Lake Sammamish upended their season Tuesday night with a 14-11 victory. How did they do that, Emily Durbin? It starts with the senior midfielder, number 16, the all-conference player, Claire Monsas. What a dynamic player she is.
Oh, man, she is a beast. I tell you, right off the draw circle, she's pulled down 60 draw controls already this season, which is absolutely phenomenal here in the state of Washington and across the United States.
She leads everything. She has 60 draw controls. Then she is one of the top scorers, one of the top assists, ground balls. She does it all. Next big moment for Lakeside, as far as we are concerned, is really what's going on the defensive side. These two teams really mirror each other, but on the defensive side, they're kind of led by their senior number 11, Meg Chapman, another all-conference player. And she has had a treat because in goal, a great story, the senior number 8, Miranda Taylor, who before this year was a field player, never played varsity goalie before, Emily.
Absolutely astounding. Number one, just to come out here and play goalie as play goalie in high school, but to actually make the varsity level and to succeed to get to a high school championship game is absolutely phenomenal.
Control, control, control. That is the motto. Play as a team by both these coaches. Tony DeLessio coming in as the head coach of Lake Sammamish, only his second year last year. First year varsity coach brings him to the big dance. On the other side for Lakeside, Jamie Osaka, she's happy to be back. She's won this thing 5 times and been here 8 times, so she's no stranger to the championship game. Switching now to Lakeside. Again, big key for them, right? They have to stop the 3 big offensive powerhouse of Lake Sammamish. They have 3 players, like Sammamish does, who have 30-plus goals on the year. How do they stop this powerful offense?
Well, you're definitely going to have to play a good, strong team defense tonight. You're going to have to man up, and you're going to have to make sure that we get those slides coming at the right time to get the double teams, to force them to pass it off and get the rock out of their hands.
And Jamie Osaka also told us before the game, draw controls. I got to win half the draw controls. I got to win half of the ground balls. One star superstar player for Lakeside is Kaylee Best, number 1, a senior. She's actually going to play for Seattle University basketball next year and had a lot of other big D1 offers. She is just phenomenal on ground balls and the draw control. I think one of the big keys we've talked about is making sure that Kaylee Best keeps doing her best.
Oh, man, absolutely. You want to continue to push those star players and make them succeed. So as a team, you've got to rally around her and let her do her thing out there. Let her get on the field, get into a groove, and don't halt that by any means.
Both these teams do not turn the ball over very much. Both these teams don't take bad shots. Lake Sammamish shot 74% in their win against Bainbridge on Tuesday night. What does Lakeside have to do again to get the ball? Because both these teams want to keep the ball for as long as possible.
Oh, man, they need to be ferocious on ground balls. You have to come up with those draw controls, and you have to be efficacious when you do have the ball. Take your time, find those good looks at the goal. You have to get in there and really be efficacious with your passing and your shooting.
Well, I don't know about you, Emily. I am super excited because this should be an instant classic. These are two teams that are so similar, so talented with great coaching. It should be a heck of a game. And it's coming on just in a few minutes for draw right here on the Washington State High School Lacrosse Championship game presented by Muscle Milk. The sun has come through here in Mercer Island, Emily. Durbin, a perfect May night for high school girls lacrosse, and we've got an incredible state championship game. Again, Scott Oshman along with Emily Durbin here tonight as we just are about to start the draw. Talked to Tony D'Alessio again, who also added to his trophy banner with the third Coach of the Year honors that he got before the game, and he was voted on. A tremendous job. We were talking, you know, one of the few male coaches in the state of Washington who's gotten his team to a state championship, now multiple in 2 years in a row.
Absolutely. Tony's done a great job with this program. They've really turned up the speed this year. Their patience and their possession on offense is just phenomenal. And he's earned every ounce of that award that he's been given.
And Jamie Asaka and Tony D'Alessio, they've known each other for many years. They are big fans of each other. They actually have a lot of similarities in talking to them on how they coach and how they approach this game. But we're just about to get ready. In white is Lake Sammamish. That's number 16. We talked about Claremont Sauce coming in with 60 draw controls, and she is facing number 3, Natalie Fox, who isn't too bad herself on draw. This is a big key to this game. Sammamish gets it. And that's Hannah Linsky again coming in tonight with 35 draw controls. A little call there, and we're ready for action. Gets it over to Wyrick.
This is exactly what we started to talk about, Scott, making sure that you have possession of the ball and maintaining it as you get up the field.
One of the things we talked to Jamie, look at the pressure Lakeside is bringing. You see number 1, Kaylee Best, one of the premier athletes in the state of Washington, now taking Wyrick. Wyrick will take it right back, and now we're going to see the slow cooking, Emily. They're going to slow cook you until they find the perfect opportunity. Wyrick now comes around as Kaylee Best is defending her, one of the best defenders. And there looks like they're trying to set up a strong side and just see if they can find a gap.
We're really looking to get into the rhythm of the game. Both teams like to have possession of the ball. They like to take advantage of the shots that they can get. If it's not there, they're going to pass it around and set it up again, and they're doing a great job of doing that right now. Nice job to Lakeside as well for sticking on their men, getting in the lanes and cutting those off.
See some cutters now looking for, there's a pass on the ball. This is what we talked about, the ground ball. Looks like Alex Johnson and Avalon Igawa, and they're going to award it to Lake Sammamish. Big break for Sammamish.
Absolutely big break. Let's see if they can take advantage of a little man up here. If we can get a quick pass into goal, let's see if they take advantage of that.
With the ball, an absolute prolific scorer. Alex Johnson, number 3 in the white, now behind the cage. Coming into tonight, she is just a monster. 49 goals, and there's a shot! And scored on Amara Shekels.
Oh man, nice job taking it around the crease, being patient with it, not acting like she's going to take that shot, and then really just putting the rock in.
Number 3, just as we were talking about her scoring, make it a solid 50 goals on the year for Alex Johnson, the junior midfielder from Woodinville High School.
What a game to get your 50th goal in.
1-0
Nice
now,
job.
Lake Sammamish. Again, Claremont Sauce, another draw control win for Lake Sammamish. We're going to keep track of those. It's going to be key. Natalie Fox goes up, and now Lakeside has it. There's a call. And that's Lindsay Call, the sophomore midfielder, number 13, who's going to take it now for the offense. Lindsay doing a great job. Over to McGinney.
McGinney taking it behind, looking to set up. Let's see what they do here.
They also are very patient. They have a very high percentage. Take great shots. There's a ball down though, and it's picked up by Amelia Cherokino, number 1. For Sammamish, Amanda Roper, 18, tried to get in there and stop, but Jeff Gross, the longtime veteran official on the near side, is going to keep it with Lake Sammamish.
Nice heads-up play there by Amelia to really jump on that ground ball once it hit the turf.
Again, Wyrick coming up. Getting it over to Johnson. Johnson with already the first goal of the night. Gets it back over to Anna Bernard, number 27. A lot of seniors on the field tonight, Emily, and you can tell by the leadership. There's the dangerous Claremont Sauce with the ball. Coming out the right side of the 8. Tries to make a move on Fox. Going back behind the cage, looking to set. They look a little, that's Emily Sokol, number 13, a junior. Great scorer. She drives in, see if she can get a crease roll. Back out to Wyrick. Wyrick attacks. Nice defensive move by Best. But there's Johnson, finds an angle. It's wide. Mara Shekels. Not sure if she got a stick on that, Emily. Oh, there's a shooting space.
There we go. You know, I'm not sure I saw that from this angle, Scott, but there it is. They'll set it up on the free position.
So here is Alex Johnson, already with 1 tonight. One of the top scorers, and she puts it top shelf right. 2-0 Lake Sammamish.
Great advantage there. Coming in, coming straight down the lane, knowing exactly where she wants to put the ball and putting it right up top there. Non-stick side for that goalkeeper. What a great shot. Nice laser right in the back.
I'm a little surprised that Sammamish is attacking as quickly as they are.
I think it's the nerves of the game. You're here, you're in the state championship. You want to get in here and you want to get the job done. Let's get on the attack here and just drive it home.
Get Natalie Fox, and now they change it up at the draw as Cherokino takes it for Sammamish. Picked up by Rebecca Long for Lakeside. Rebecca, a senior, heading to Pomona. She drives in. There's a big shooting space called by Jeff Gross. And I believe our other umpire tonight is Duke Kamster. Again, a great officiating crew. Rebecca Long now with an opportunity to get on the board. Miranda Taylor looks at it, cuts in, and it's through.
Absolutely. Well done. Way to come back and answer the call there. She felt it, and she took that to the house. Nice job on that shot.
20:16 left to go in the first half. And we've already got some fun stuff happening. Good time to tell you that the Washington State High School Championship game is brought to you by Muscle Milk. Muscle Milk Ready to Drink is a delicious protein-enhanced beverage that helps promote workout recovery, lean muscle growth, and sustained energy. From the first face-off to the final whistle, every fast break, ground ball, and set play, protein helps you win it. Find Muscle Milk at your local convenience or grocery retailer or at the gym. Muscle Milk, workout recovery fuel give me strength. Call on the draw control. It's going to go to Lake Sammamish, and that's Sarah Wyrick. Sarah, a big part of the ball control. She just has a great handle, great stick skills, and she can speed up the middle. Lakeside typically been good on defense getting back. She's going to pull it back behind the cage and let Emily Sokol purvey the field. Sokol now tries a little crease roll. Slides over to Best. One thing Lakeside has been good is at those slides, Emily.
Absolutely, they just got a double team there that kind of stopped the ball, made the team pass over the top there and just reset offensively.
Alex Johnson wants more. Talking to her coach, Tony D'Alessio, she got a left hand over the summer, much more aggressive this year, and she's really starting to understand when to drive it and then also when to pull it back. She gets back over to Cherokino. Cherokino, they're really working around the crease. Collapsing, there's Avalon. Agawa, the senior defender, comes in and it's going to get Cherokino another free position from the 8.
Nice job baiting that double team and giving the slash call to set up this free position shot.
Cherokino thinks better of it. Nice job on crashing by Lakeside. Now it's Anna Bernard, 27, gets it, now pulls it back around the cage as they communicate. Is Clara Monsas. Joni D'Alessio told me she's the general, she's the leader out there. Figuring out what to do. Now they double Monsas. Gonna push her out. Tries to get through, loses the ball, but it's gonna be a call.
That's right.
And that's McLean Corey
Double team.
for Lakeside.
Got a little overzealous there and got a little close into the dome.
Well, you always want your best offenses and your best defenses in the state championship game, and that's exactly what you're going to get. As you see Claire Monsas now over on the top of your screen, she comes in telling everybody to just relax, calm down. There's Wyrick now being taken by Agawa. Some tremendous athletes here tonight.
Absolutely. Nice job with the patience here, these girls. I know they all want to get in there and they want to put the rock in the bucket here. Great movement offensively. Defensively, way to stick on the man and way to cut off those lanes. They're doing a great job sliding and coming down just like right there. There we go.
Trying to get another ball to hit the back of the net through one of the best goalies in the state. Amara Shekels coming in with some stingy stats, a 54% save rate, and now you hear it from the crowd as they pull it up top. This is the cat and mouse game. How far are they going to pressure outside? Sammamish loses it now. Still on the ground, and Monsas comes up with it, but they're going to call Lakeside ball. Emily Sokol lost the handle. And I know Jamie Osaka is going to be happy coming up with that GB. Down to Roper. Osaka talking about, here's Roper, the sophomore, one of the younger players on the Lakeside team, but having a tremendous year. 31 goals. As you get it now with Kaylee Bess. She's going to Seattle University next year to play basketball, also a tremendous volleyball player. And there's a call by Duke Kamstra.
Absolutely, 3 seconds in the key there. Great job, Lake Sammamish, for getting some confusion going through that defense and producing this free position shot.
Lindsay Call with another free position. Stopped by Taylor.
Way to attack that goal. You want to get in there, you want to take some shots on goal. You're not going to win a game if you don't take some shots, and that was a darn good one.
Lakeside, these teams mirror each other as far as how many goals they score. As you see Long, she takes a shot. wide off goal there. Backed up. Was that backed up, Emily, or is it?
No.
See Duke's.
I believe it was just an out of bounds.
Oh, they get it into Miranda Taylor, so Sammamish dodges a bullet. Sammamish up 2-1, 14:49 left in the first half in the state championship game. Now you see Claire. That's her move, one of the faster players. It's going to be a call crossing the fear or across the body.
Great job seeing the open lane there and taking advantage of it, not shying down from that opportunity to attack.
Monsas with a free position opportunity here. Shekels getting ready. Tries a little jump shot, and Shekels shuts it down.
Absolutely, good position by that goalie, staying in front of the ball, staying focused, knowing that she's going to stay on top and keeping that stick on the run.
Celine Corey now with the ball. She loses it. Picked up by Johnson. She's got nobody. There's Agawa comes to try and help, and Johnson thinks better of it, and she'll wait for her help. Alex Johnson again, 50 goals now on the year. Looks, now she cuts in. Shekels gets a stick on it. Amira Shekels had 9 saves in their big playoff win versus Mercer Island on Tuesday night.
Good job, Amira.
Both teams coming in 14-1 in league play. Alex Johnson now on the left hash. Duke Kamstra instructing the ladies to move back. Boy, a lot of pressure right now on Shekels here in the early going.
Absolutely. She's got big shoulders to hold her up, so let's see how she can take advantage of that through this game.
Lakeside averaging only putting on about 6 goals against per game this season. Great defense, and there's Monsas tries to slip through, but it goes over the cage and out of bounds. It'll stay Lake Sammamish ball.
Lake Sammamish is doing a great job attacking from this right side. You'll see him pull that defense out and try to slip another defender in for a good draw and dump. Haven't pulled it off yet, but I anticipate that coming up pretty soon.
So much going on in the state of Washington and girls lacrosse. We're seeing a lot of teams come up now to the level. Best with a big check, and she gets it. She's one of the best caused turnover in the state to Roper. Now to Long. Long looking back to see if she's got help, and she's going to be patient.
Absolutely great transition to get it down the field and get set up. Let's see what they can do here on this offensive series.
Kaylee Best for Lakeside, number 1, 16 caused turnovers coming in to tonight's action. As they try and shoot. There's a shot! It goes in by Natalie Fox.
Getting her piece of the pie there. You can tell when a player's hot. She had that hot streak coming right down the center, putting it, again, top shelf.
She had 4 goals in the playoff win against Mercer Island. She is hot. She's coming in. She has 8 goals in the 3 playoff games leading into tonight. We're all tied up 2-2, 11:45 left in the first half.
Excellent game so far. Really a defensive battle here, and then who can slip in that shot for the goal to go up or to bring back, come in for the tie.
Well, in our call with Tony DeLessio, we were reviewing the overtime rules in playoff and championship games, because I think we might have a chance to see a playoff. As Sarah Wyrick, they're fighting for the ball. Roper comes up with it. Here come the Lions. Roper's gonna think more, tries to get it, but Wyrick picks it off right in the air, and Best comes across and gets called with across the body. And Sammamish will retain possession. Wyrick to Monsas. She spins in the middle with Rebecca Long on her. 3-3 tie. Scott Oshman along with Emily Durbin here, the Washington State High School Girls Lacrosse Championship game. Sammamish knocking at the door last year with Bainbridge. Lost that one 14-11. An exciting game. A chance to return here tonight and get a state title. Sokol. Back over now to Bernard. Anna Bernard not scoring too many goals during the year, but she's come on lately in the playoffs. Little dodge move there by Monsas, trying to get an angle. Good slide defense there by Lakeside, Emily.
Absolutely.
But Alex Johnson goes right corner once again and puts it through the pipes.
Absolutely phenomenal shot. I've been waiting for them to take advantage of those double team moments when you leave that slide comes and leaves that offender open. Just dump it over the top and give it to them, and they're starting to get that right here.
3 goals, and they're all by Alex Johnson, the scoring leader for Lake Sammamish.
I tell you what, looking down at this crowd right now, they're all tugging at their hats, wishing they could throw it down here on the field, but it's just not going to reach it with that track in the way.
She's got so many hat tricks. I think she's probably, I don't know if she has enough room in her closet for more hat trick hats, but we are seeing 2 hot players as far as scoring goals coming into tonight. So, you know, you've got Alex Johnson, 21 goals last year, had 4 in the playoffs, but she is just feeling it this last week. Sammamish now with another big draw control, Emily.
It's going to win or lose your games there. Those little ground balls. The ball hasn't hit the turf much tonight, so we've got to play it out of the air and grab those ground balls and take advantage of that start of possession.
Sammamish averaging 13 draw controls per game as Monsas gets into the fun with her first goal of the state championship tonight.
What a great little roll. They've been trying that all night, bringing it on the right side of that goal, trying to see if you can get that inside corner step, taking it up, and if you've got it, put the rock in. Great shot on that. They're going high all night, and I don't see why you'd want to change it this moment.
Unbelievable, 9:40 left to go. Sammamish up 2. What a game. What are we going to score here? How many points are we going to get? How many goals? Monsas now at the draw. And we told you, just a monster at the draw. And there it is on the ground, but Lake Sammamish, Fox with it. So much speed on the field. But I know Jamie Asaka doesn't want him to go. There's McGaney, and she gets it through! A quick strike. I was just about to say they want to be patient, but they bring it within 1.
Definitely defensive error there, leaving the girl wide open in the middle of the goal. Can't do that. Definitely have to put a lid on that. Figure out defensively what happened there, break it down, make sure it doesn't happen again, because they're going to hit that and attack it all night.
McGaney coming in with 24 goals. Kind of ironic. She leads with 19 assists. She got the return favor.
Oh, man, and what a time to get that return favor.
Give me the rock, baby.
Yeah, you set them up all year, and it's nice to get paid back here in the championship game.
Unbelievable. I thought coming in and talking again to the coaches, and you and I talked before the game, everybody thought this would be a low-scoring, slow-paced, settled offense. Monsas coming down the near side, triple team. Call by Kaylee Best there. She'll get a free position. I thought this would just be a slow it down, easy game, but it has been fast. Bernard off the right pipe. Anna Bernard, the senior out of Redmond High School, tries to get into the score fest. She's going to go to Denver University next year. Hopefully going to walk on to the club team. And the great Washington State player, Maddie Stevenson, heading to the D1 team. There's good defense by McLean. But Wyrick comes up with it. Driving the 8, Best gets it out of her stick. There's a call, but it's going to stay with Lakeside. Julia Lawrence, the senior midi, coming up with it.
I tell you what, Best is the best right there. She's taken some nice looks at the ball, getting some nice chops, and here we go on the attacking end.
Long now with a great one-handed grab. Now she'll settle, looking back over to Roper. Yeah, Kaylee Best, her speed, her athleticism, quick hands, able to get that check-in out of their ball. You cannot be lazy with the stick or the ball anywhere around Kaylee Best.
Absolutely not. She's got 20 caused turnovers, leads the team there for caused turnovers.
Best now getting an edge on Monsauce, trying to get an angle. Good slide, now back up to Fox. Fox goes left-handed. It's in and in, it's good.
A nice slow roller on that. Going low, sneaking it in. I'm not even sure the goalie knew what that was before it was in the net.
Natalie Fox, her second goal of tonight, a great feat. And that's what we were talking about. I was talking to Lake Sammamish coach Tony D'Alessio. Best there took the defense to the strong side, puts pressure on that slide, found an open player right in the center of the 8, and it's over.
Absolutely. You've got to keep attacking, get it down there, seize those moments and those opportunities, and when you've got a hot stick, put the rock in.
Got a timeout on the field, and Wrecking Ball Demolition is a proud sponsor and has been all year of this Washington High School Girls State Championship game. Wrecking Ball Demolition offers full building demolitions, neater, cleaner, and faster. Wrecking Ball Demolition, demolition with a difference. To learn more, visit wreckingball.com or call 425-339-1111. Tonight's game also brought to you by Muscle Milk. Washington State High School Lacrosse Championship game is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Muscle Milk. It's ready to drink. It's delicious protein-enhanced beverage that helps promote workout recovery, lean muscle growth, and sustained energy. From the first face-off to the final whistle, every fast break, ground ball, set play, protein helps you win it. Find Muscle Milk at your local convenience or grocery retailer or at the gym. Muscle Milk, workout recovery fuel. Give me strength. We're at our timeout here, 7:15, all knotted up at 4 apiece. Lake Sammamish, Lakeside for the 2013 Girls High School State Championship game. Also want to tell you about Sticks to Schools. Sticks to Schools is the youth fitness program of the Washington Stealth, who had a great season this year. Couldn't quite win another title, but with Sticks to Schools, Stealth players encourage fitness and healthy lifestyles by introducing lacrosse to your school or youth group. To bring Sticks to Schools to your school or youth group, or learn how your business can support this innovative program, visit stickstoschools.com. That's stickstoschools.com. 4-4, looking at some statistics, Emily, what do you see in the first part of this first half of the championship game?
Well, draw controls we've talked about all night is going to be something that is really going to be a key point to the game. We're all tied up. We're 4-4 with draw controls here.
It feels like Sammamish has won the draw control battle, but statistics do not lie.
That's true, Scott.
Fantastic. Here we go again. Now, what do you think both coaches were talking to their teams? Because knowing both of them, they were probably saying very similar things.
Sure, if I'm the coach of Lakeside, I'm telling my players on defense, they're always attacking from the right side. They haven't shot yet from the left or from the center, really. They're always coming from that right side. We need to double down and make sure we can stop that effectively.
Joe Canino, number 8 there, coming up with a big draw control. She gets it over to Fox. Now back over to Casey Clark, number 7, the freshman, which is a tremendous accomplishment, a freshman playing on this Lakeside team. Annabelle Bench, 17 with the ball, haven't called her name yet, and now it's Kaylee Best driving on Cherokino. She's gonna pull it back outside the 12. Behind the cage to Long. And then if you're a Sammamish coach, Tony D'Alessio, look at the slide there, and that's number 11, the senior all-conference player, Meg Chapman, sliding over and talking to her defense. The call, Amanda Roper, the sophomore, get a shot, a free position.
Yeah, if I'm coaching Sammamish, I'm telling them to keep taking it in. They've gotten great looks tonight. Shot a little high. Just bring those balls down. Keep firing at that bucket.
Playing it now outside. Bench now to Best. Best, this is when she's dangerous. 1v1, she can make a move. Great slide by Chapman. That's I talked to Tony DeLucio. How do you stop Kaylee Best? And he said it's got to be team defense.
Absolutely. They've got to crash on her just like they've done. Keep her contained and keep her quiet. You don't want her to get on a hot streak tonight.
Now hanging out with the ball behind the cage with 5:16 left to go in the first half. Drives in, splits the double, and puts it in low. Amanda Roper with her first goal tonight. A beauty.
Great shot there again, going low, shooting at the goalie's knees this time. Keeping it real tight and keeping it in the cluster. So not pulling that stick out to let the goalie find it in the space. Keeping it in and just putting it in. Excellent shot.
31 goals on the year. Again, another player that's been filling it up. 5 goals in the playoffs along with 6 assists. Amanda Roper, the future is bright, just a sophomore. There's a call on the draw as Cherokino now coming in to take over the center position. I know Tony DeLucio likes to have Monsas sometimes on the circle. So Cherokino will take the ball down into the offensive zone. Lakeside now with the first lead of the ball game, 5-4. Cherokino trying to slip inside there to the doorstep. So I thought, again, they're attacking hard, they're going after, and they're really attacking from the right side, goal line extended from the cage, Emily.
Absolutely, and that's something that you really want to pick up on.
Are you kidding me?
Changing it up on us.
Alex Johnson from Woodinville High School, the junior, with her fourth goal of the night. Ties it up 5-5.
Keep the ball in her stick. She's got a hot streak going and you don't want any of that to cool off. Keep feeding her the ball no matter where she is. It was nice to see him take it from the top of the key there, not wrap it around each time like they've done. I think that's great ball handling skills. Way to see that open player and get the rock there.
4 goals, a big one against Bainbridge. She's had 6 games where she's put it through 4 times this year. Unbelievable performance tonight by Alex Johnson, number 3. 55 total points on the year. Another draw control. And senior Claire Monsas comes up with it. What's Lakeside got to do to come up with some draw controls?
We've got to spot it out of the air, and we've really got to start seeing them box out there.
Linsky now, 39 with the ball. A defender, but she can bring it up and feel comfortable with the ball in her hands, but she gets it over to the rock star right now, Alex Johnson. Johnson now 1v1, and there's a slow flag up as she's guarded by Joe Canino. It's going to be a call on Canino. And Alex Johnson turn the gas on one more time. She's got an open look. Nice crash there by Casey Clark. Another call, 3-second call by Jeff Gross. What happens now for people who aren't as familiar with the girls' game on a 3-second call, Emily Durbin?
Sure, so the defense has to be marked up player to player within a stick's length inside that red arc that you see out there. If you're not, if you're lost, you're going to be called in that 3 seconds. You can't just post up as a defender in there. You pose a risk to yourself and pose risk to other players. So it's going to give them the free position every time.
Sokol with the ball now drives around the cage. Looking maybe to dodge. Spinning, going left, tries to go top shelf, and it creeps under the bar! Emily Sokol!
Absolutely hungry for that one. You could see it again. Once she started that drive, she wasn't walking away with anything more than a goal, and she put that onion in the cooker, I tell you what.
The junior out of Inglemoor High School, they really must have seen something with Amira. They are going top shelf all day long.
Top shelf and offside. So that's a great place on any goalie. Right-handed goalie, they're going left side. You want to take advantage of that difficulty of moving the cross into that area, and they're taking it to town right now. Well done.
37 goals for Sokol coming in, her first year being named all-conference. And Lake Sammamish gets another draw control, and that's Amelia Cherokino. Younger sister, her older sister was a senior on this team last year, getting to the state final. Meg Chapman now with the ball. The senior, she's actually committed to Pacific to go play lacrosse. See Wyrick now on the far side of the field. How do they stop the bleeding? Sammamish now taking the lead, 6-5. Sokol again driving into the middle, 4, crash on her hard. What does Lakeside do here to stop the bleeding?
Lakeside's got to cut off that right side, force them to the left, make them show you what they can do. There it is. Nice job, Bess, coming up again with another cross turnover and a ground ball there. She's going to take care of it all the way up the field. You can see the determination in her eyes.
Big pass over to McGaney. McGaney driving up the left side, switches hands. Monsauce and Chase. Loses the ball on the ground, but she can't get it. Monsauce comes up with it. McGaney now tries to hack a lack.
Oh man,
and going to get called for it.
You're going to try to do anything to get that ball back. You've been waiting as an offensive player to get the ball down there, finally get it past the goal line, and boom, you give it up. You're going to make that check. Lakeside averaging 8 caused turnovers a game. Sammamish 7. Monsauce having trouble keeping it in the cross tonight, Emily. I think the nerves are getting to them. I think they're feeling a little bit of pressure because they're down at the moment. The defense has been on the field in what seems like the entire time playing defense. I think they're getting a little antsy. They just want to get that back. We've got 1:36 left on the clock here in the first half. A pass gets away, now on the ground. Monsauce, of course, comes up with it, shoots. Off goal, left wide. Whistle on the field. Really looking like a groundhog there, coming out of a nice scrum, pulling it up, taking a good shot, just a little bit off kilter there. Let's see what she can do with it again, right up top. Monsauce now, trying to get in the fun. 1 goal tonight, leading by 1, would love to put another one through and go up by 2 going into halftime. Tries the jump shot, see what the call's gonna be, and that's gonna be a yellow card. And that's going to be on Claire Monsauce for charging or a dangerous follow-through, Emily. Wow, this could be a game changer right here before the half. You're going to go down a man here for 2 minutes, so she'll be out the remainder of the half. This is really going to be an advantage to Lakeside here as they transition down the field. They're going to have a man-up situation. Let's see what they can do with it, Scott. Now they have to keep 4 back at all times, so they're going to have an advantage, typically 7-on-6 in the offense. You see Kaylee Best, the speed, coming down the center of the field, driving right. Now behind the cage, looking for an open cutter, gets it to McGaney. It's broken up in the middle by traffic, and Sammamish has the ball, and Alex Johnson back to the senior Chapman. That. You know your offense is ready to go when they're there attacking that defensive end. Wow, Emily Durbin, what a first half. Lake Sammamish with a 1-point lead, 6-5 here in the 2013 Washington State High School Girls Lacrosse Championship game presented
by Muscle Milk right here on the Lacrosse Network.
Well, Scott, it's definitely a nail biter here, just like we anticipated. Low scoring game, relatively defensively drawn out. These girls are doing a great job setting up their shots and taking advantage of that open net when they can find little slivers of it throughout the game.
That's what they're playing for tonight, the 2013 state championship. We'll be back with some halftime festivities. Stay with us right here, 6-5. We've got a dandy. We'll be back just in a few minutes. Welcome back. We're at halftime. Lake Sammamish with a 1-goal lead. I'm standing here with Alex Foreman. Alex, good to have you back home.
Yeah, it's awesome to be back.
Just got done with her freshman year playing big-time D1 girls lacrosse at USC. How was your first year?
It was amazing. I spent my first year there actually playing, just practicing, coaching. There was only about 6 of us there doing our prep year. And this year was my freshman year playing, and it was awesome. I was so well prepared coming in, just fitness-wise, and just being an athlete was so helpful. And the competition here has gotten so good in Washington to really elevate my level of play and prepare me for where I was going in college this year.
Alex, one of the just prolific scorers in high school when she played at Eastside Catholic, and you actually are in the record book right now. You had 2 games where you scored 10 goals in 2011. So you think you're going to set another record there at the D1 level?
Well, now I play defense at USC because I'm pretty big. So now I get to hopefully set some records in control turnovers and stats like that. So it's a little bit different position for me, but it's great.
Talk about, again, you kind of touched on the preparation as far as playing college lacrosse. Where do you see as you come back now, and your mother's the head coach at Eastside Catholic, who had a tremendous year, very young team, they have a bright future. Talk about the level of play right now in girls lacrosse high school here in the state of Washington.
Well, now there's a bunch of new teams. They've added a ton of teams out in the eastern part of Washington, and any additional players definitely raises the competition. There's more coaches, more parents are becoming more aware, the refs are getting a lot more familiar with the game, and just all of that together will elevate the level to hopefully what it is on the East Coast now, and hopefully draw out a lot more recruiters, and everybody else is here is getting seen by colleges, and more people are going to play at Denver and Brown, and it's just amazing to see that we're becoming like more of a powerhouse on the West Coast.
It's fantastic. Talk about the future for the Pac-12 now. I think is there 4 or 5 schools part of the Pac-12, but they play in the
MPSF.
MPSF, correct.
Colorado Boulder is getting a team next year, which is awesome because then we get to go out there and they get to come here, and there's just more teams for us to play. Hopefully soon, maybe Washington teams will start getting them, or Arizona, or Oregon, and UCLA will pick them up, and it'll just become awesome.
You think it's close to being a Pac-12 league conference?
I hope so. Just better for us everywhere.
Do you miss the gray skies and rain now that you're down in sunny Southern California?
I mean, it's nice to be home. It's definitely different. It's clean here. The air is nice and pretty, and everything's green. It's very different scenery, but I mean, I don't miss it all that much.
And
I'll definitely move back.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What are you staying here for the summer?
I am. I'm staying here coaching and doing my fitness packet, working out, getting in shape, all that stuff.
Well, great. Alex Foreman playing at USC, big-time Division I lacrosse, and we're at halftime here. Alex, thank you so much for stopping by. We'll be back with second half action here at the state title game, the Washington High School Girls Lacrosse Championship game, presented by Muscle Milk. The Washington State High School lacrosse game, the championship game, is brought to you by Muscle Milk. Muscle Milk's ready to drink. It's a delicious protein-enhanced beverage that helps promote workout recovery, lean muscle growth, and sustained energy. From the first face-off to the final whistle, every fast break, ground ball, and set play is a battle. Protein helps you win it. Find Muscle Milk at your local convenience or grocery retailer or at the gym. Muscle Milk, workout recovery fuel. Give me strength, and we're all set and rolling here. Second half action. Lakeside comes up with the first draw control of the second half. Scott Oshman along with Emily Durbin finds Roper in the middle and puts it by Miranda Taylor to even it up.
There we go, coming right out of the timeout there, coming right out of the half. Well played, getting it down, getting the score even, and making it 0-0 coming out of this halftime.
Let's talk a little bit about statistically, Emily. The first half, again, quite even, felt like Lake Sammamish. Let's run through the quick halftime numbers that we set up for this second draw of the second half.
Absolutely, pretty evenly matched across the board. Cost turnovers, Lakeside's got 3 versus Lake Sam, who's coming up with 4. Draw controls, which we've been talking about all night. Lakeside in red with 5 and Lake Sam with 4 at the half.
A lot tighter than I thought as Lake Sam comes up with the second one. There's a call on the field. Jeff Gross making sure that Lakeside keeps the ball. And that's Joe Canino, the senior, number 8. Bringing it up. Now to Roper. Back to Kaylee Best. Kaylee Best hasn't scored a goal, but she's been huge and caused turnovers, Emily.
Absolutely. Best does it best, like we said before. She's going to take those nice checks to the ball. She's very efficient with her checking and looking to the sideline just before this to drive it in. Curious to see what they come up with here on the play.
Spins now, moves, and gets one right on the doorstep of the crease. Nothing Miranda Taylor could do. Huge little roll move to the cage and puts it in.
There it is. That's what we're talking about. Taking it to that strong side, rolling around like a cyclone, confusing her defense and getting it in the bucket there.
She had a monster game in their win over Merced Island to get to this game. 3 goals, 2 ground balls, 1 draw control, 1 caused turnover. Phenomenal lacrosse player. I know our good friend Talia Klein, who's the head coach at Seattle U, is already in her ear for her to not only play basketball there next year, but also come out for lacrosse, as they've got a very good club team. Lakeside again with a draw control, dominating as Agawa hits the turf. Alex Johnson asking if she's all right. That's the other thing. Most of these girls know each other because they play together in the off season.
Yeah, we have several club teams around the area, but it allows.
Oh, big offensive charge call on Roper, and Cherokino with it now in white.
Let's see
for
what they can do.
Sammamish. Here comes Alex Johnson. 4 goals in the first half for Johnson.
Something to keep in mind, we've got Claire Monsasis not on the field, still serving her penalty, which happened just before the half, which allows Lakeside to be up a man at this point.
And they took advantage with 2 goals there in the early going of this second half. Cherokino now guarded.
Strategically, I think they just pass it around and wait out that timeout. Make sure we get even men on the field before we try to really attack.
Yep, they want to kill the penalty for no question. There's Monsas. She's back in, so now we're even. Number 16 with the ball, being closely guarded. Now comes up Fox, tries to get her, and there'll be a call on Fox, giving Monsas inside the 8 there, so she'll get a free position shot. 21-54, just the start of the second half here. The Washington State High School Lacrosse State Championship game presented by Muscle Milk. Claire Monsas, the leader for Lake Sammamish, the senior, fakes and then she pulls it back out. Monsas with 1 goal tonight in the first game. Brings it around the back. Now looking for a cutter. Doubled. There's Bernard open for a minute. Now back to Wyrick. Sarah Wyrick trying to find a crease. What's she looking for? Now they go into the patient, settled offense. And here comes Cherokino. They like that inside spin move, that roll move. And getting to the off-stick side, there's a good defensive play by Canino. But they're going to call it on Canino, and it's going to stay in the stick of Natalie Fox. Oh, excuse me, Alex Johnson. Wyrick behind the cage, tries to go in, and traffic gets it to Sokol, but it's off cage, wide, and to back it up there is Sammamish. They're saying that was a Shekel save. Wyrick thought about it, was working on Julia Lawrence, number 6. Now pulls it back to Sokol. Sokol with a goal in the first half. There's a call. It's going to stay Sammamish ball. Some Washington State boys lacrosse scores. Nathan Hale 15, Stanwood 4. That's a final. As we see the free position shot. Goes over to Monsas. Monsas loses it. Picked up by Lakeside, now back on the ground. A call, I think, is going to be on Johnson. It's going to go over to the other number 3, Natalie Fox.
Great ground ball pickup with that one right before the call. Lake Sam's done an excellent job. The ball's hit the turf about 12 times tonight, and I have Lake Sam coming up with 8 of those times.
19 minutes left to go in this state championship game. Natalie Fox bringing it up through the midfield. Claire Monsas right there with her. Fox catches Sammamish in the little confusion there between Monsas and Molly Mitchell, 35. Haven't called her number tonight. Fox brings it back around. First quarter score again. Boys High School lacrosse, Bellevue 3, Skyline 0 at the end of the first quarter. Now in low, the long is denied. Great save by Tyler.
Excellent rebound pickup there. Still attacking.
Fox coming back, can't get it to go. Best for the rebound. She drives in on Meg Chapman, finds McGaney, can't hold on. But Lakeside comes up with it.
I tell you what, that's 3 possessions there that Lakeside came up with that rebound. Keeping possession of that ball is what's going to ultimately win this game. Well done.
Swinging it back now around. 2 very heavy time possession teams. First half, though, it was run and gun, Emily. They went to the rack aggressively.
Absolutely. Each team had several shots on goal. We had 10 shots on goal in the first half with Lakeside, and Lake Sam coming up with 7.
McGaney hanging out on Monsas there, tries to go in, but it's broken up, and Miranda Taylor gets the ball. Now Lake Sam has it. Gonna be a check by Lakeside, and this is Molly Mitchell from Woodinville High School, 35, gets it up to Monsas. Best on her. She puts that stick out in front so she can run a little faster. Drives, now finds Sokol, and it bounces off Shekel's stick. What happened, Emily Durbin?
You know, good question, Scott. You know, sometimes it just takes a little luck to put the rock in. Can't even believe that happened. Going for a pass and it just ricocheting right off into the goal. Unlucky for that goalkeeper. You can't predict that coming. She was in good position. Lakeside just really getting the brunt end of that one.
That was a tough goal by Mara Shekels getting that one through. It looked like she stepped out, tried to block the shot. It almost went off her stick. We'll have to look. You can see all this game and everything on the Lacrosse Network on demand at their YouTube channel, YouTube/TLN. But nonetheless, the all-conference junior Emily Sokol with her second goal tonight.
Lake Sam putting an extra player down on their defense here to start off that draw control.
Lake Sam gonna get awarded, and we're knotted up again, 7-7. Lake Sammamish ball, that's Cherokino, and she gets it over to number 3, Alex Johnson. The heralded scorer looks and thinks about hitting Cherokino, cutting through. Now they wait for the 1v1 there. Good defense by Lakeside. Lindsay Call caused turnover. Now they get the ball up, and it's still on the ground. Sammamish back with it. Chapman. Lakeside doing a good job riding in the middle of the field. Quickly. Ball moving now to Wyrick. She loses it, and Lakeside comes up with it. McLean Corey.
Holy cow, just had several turnovers and several ground balls there, just going back and forth, right and left. Each team coming up with a pair of ground balls there.
McLean Corey, a sophomore. Fans wanted to call on that, maybe a charge. Not happening for Rebecca Long.
Tough call to make. Both players were eager for that ball.
Tough, it's a physical game. They're letting them play. It's the state championship. Kaylee Best now fakes left, now goes right. Gonna be a call down on the field. It looks like it might be offsides. It is offsides, Lake Sammamish. Have to have 4 behind the restraining line, which is the 30-yard line.
Going to give a possession here right at the top. Let's see if they can make something of it. Set up to see if we can drive in. If not, drive in, get a quick dump, and see if we can put the rock in the bucket here again tonight.
37 for White in there. DD Lennon Jones getting some playing time. Again, Tony DeLessio, head coach for Lake Sammamish, does not have a huge roster at his disposal. Here's Roper now, drives in. She gets caught up and goes down. That's Madeline Bechtel. The senior defender gets in her grill, and Roper's got a free shot, as you see Duke Kamstra making the call.
Nice attack there, getting the defense off position.
Roper goes right and slides it underneath, and they take the lead one more time.
Good, great attack on that ledge, that free position shot. Gave him the goal in the end. Excellent job taking advantage of poor defensive position.
Amanda Roper, the sophomore. Again, 5 goals in the playoff, 3 playoff games with 6 assists. Doing a good job all over the field. 31 ground balls coming into tonight. 13 draw controls and 11 caused turnovers. Update on that boys high school game. Bellevue 6, Skyline 0 in the second quarter. Cole Johnson with the goal. Another draw control for Lakeside, and here comes Amanda Roper.
Lakeside is definitely taking advantage of those draw controls. They've got 4 this half.
It's obvious this is a game position. There's Best on Chapman. She swings one a little wide. That's going to be Lake Sammamish ball, I believe. I see Duke Kamstra. It's going to go, no, it's going to stay with Kaylee Best. Free position from the right hash. Shooting space called quickly by Duke's Kamstra. Wolverines' 6th goal back to that high school game. Boys 6-0 in the second. Cole Johnson grabbing a rebound. And there's a shot and score!
Nice job going right over the top with that, taking advantage of her height and her ability to jump up, depositing that right in the bank at the back of the goal there.
They were doing that to Amara Shekels, the Lakeside goalie, going up top, going up high, that little jump shot.
Absolutely. Sometimes you can catch the goalkeeper on her heels with that if she's trying to look back at you going up. Put it right over the top, and we've got a timeout here.
Kaylee Best, the bass of the hoopster, a little jump shot, a little open jumper. Puts it through. It's now 9-7, Lakeside up by 2. We got a timeout on the field. The Washington State High School Lacrosse Championship Girls game is presented by Muscle Milk. From the first face-off to the final whistle, every fast break, ground ball, and set play is a battle. And protein will help you win it. Muscle Milk, workout recovery fuel, give me strength. Our high school lacrosse girls championship game also brought to you by Wrecking Ball Demolition. Wrecking Ball Demolition offers full building demolitions, neater, cleaner, and faster. Wrecking Ball Demolition, demolition with a difference. To learn more, visit wreckingballDemo.com or call 425-339-3111. If you like this fantastic level of play here in Washington, we want to tell you that from Spokane to Seattle and Linden to Camas, high school lacrosse is the fastest growing sport in Washington State. Now in its 4th decade of play, 4,000 students, athletes attending 200 schools in Washington State will play high school lacrosse this season. To learn more about high school lacrosse in Washington State, visit WashingtonHSLAX.com. That's WashingtonHSLAX.com. Well, Lakeside came out of the halftime with a purpose of vengeance, and they are controlling the ball, and they're up by 2, Emily Durbin.
Absolutely, controlling that ball right from the draw control. They've picked up more draw controls here than we've seen Lake Sam pick up, and they've also taken care of it by putting the rock in the bucket each time down. Very efficacious play here. I wouldn't change a thing if I was their coach. I wouldn't let this timeout change the momentum of the game, and that was what I would be emphasizing right now.
Crowd trying to get into it.
Conversely, Lake Sam's got to put a stop there defensively. They've got to jump in. They've got to man up on defense. We haven't seen very many assists here tonight. I don't anticipate that we'll see a lot more, so we really need to focus on getting those slides to stop that.
Are they not? Are they doubling too quick, and then the off ball side is getting clear? Are they need to go 1v1? What's going on for Lake Sammamish to try and hold back some of the attack?
Yeah, I think they're getting into a little bit of foul trouble. We're putting the girl on the free position line a little too often. It's really going to spread out your offense there and allow them to have a free position shot towards goal.
Another big draw control, and that's the senior defender heading to Whitman, Joe Canino. Coming in with only 6 draw controls into tonight. But the seniors letting it all go. Slow whistle flag up as Rebecca Long drives to the net. She'll get another free position. Long fakes it wide and goes off stick and puts it through.
What a shot there. That just tingles in my veins here. Great jump shot, really deposited again up on the top corner of the goal, non-stick side. Great job.
They are putting a lot of pressure on Miranda Taylor now. She comes in tonight, 13 games. She has the lowest shots against on goal. She has 136 shots on goal, which is incredibly low.
Yeah, she's had some great defensive support, and again, like we just talked about, we've got to get that defensive end locked down again. Man up and stick on. We're getting into a little bit of foul trouble. That's just giving them a small advantage here that they're taking advantage of. That
was Long's second goal of tonight. 12-11 left to go in this state championship game. There's a call on the field, and Meg Chapman.
Check to the head here, getting it 2-minute yellow card. This is really
that was on Meg Chapman, the senior defender, all-conference player heading to Pacific next year. She's going to take a seat for 2 minutes. So now Lakeside in a man-up position. Rebecca Long, see if they try and take advantage and attack. Back over to Fox.
Playing a nice zone here. Lake Sam has just transitioned to that well. Lakeside keeping it spread. Seeing what opportunities they can create with this zone defense. They've got a man posting up inside right there.
Best loses it back. Interesting, they're up 10-7 right now. Interesting, they're not attacking and going for it. They find a hole there in the middle of the 8, but Rebecca Long is going to run it back behind the cage. Now she finds a wide open Roper. Long to Roper. 11-7 Lakeside.
Great, it was only a matter of time before that goal went in. You could see that person. They were doing a great job, Lakeside was, of getting that person in the middle and just taking advantage of a zone defense that was unaware of what was going on behind them.
What a play. Again, Sammamish getting caught man down with their senior defense superstar Meg Chapman.
This has the potential, Scott, to be a long 2 minutes here for Lake Sam.
The sophomore Amanda Roper with 4 goals in this state championship game as Cherokino's fighting for it. Sticks are flying everywhere. Finally, Lake Sammamish comes up with it.
Just about,
and that's Hannah Linsky, the junior.
Just about every player on the field there trying to get their handle on that ball.
What happened over there on the far side? Duke Kamstra giving the ball to Lakeside and Kaylee Best. Difficult time now for Lake Sammamish. Lakeside up 11-7 with 10:24. All of a sudden, time not Lake Sammamish's friend here.
It's important for Lake Sam to keep in mind that lacrosse games will ebb and flow with scores. If they got to put a stop on and then transition it down to the other end of the field here, see if they can put some shots on goal here tonight.
Now they take it, cutting through. Gets it to Roper again, tries to go, gets hit in the head, and we're going to have another yellow card on Lake Sammamish.
Unfortunate turn of events there. Defense just trying to get in and get a stick on it. Unfortunately, she got that stick on the head, which is definitely not what we want.
Lakeside's Annabelle Bench had a nice feed into Call. See when Meg Chapman will get out of the penalty box, so to speak. In the meantime, Amanda Roper looking for 5. Now she's going to push out. She fakes, she's wide open. She goes to the goal and puts it in. What a move by Amanda Roper.
Wow. Keep that pressure on. If defense leaves you, take it to the basket.
5 goals for the sophomore. She had 5 combined in the last 3 games. What a fake and bake by Amanda Roper.
Great, she got the defensive crash, gave it a little bit of time, let that defense reset. Unfortunately, nobody stuck on the ball with that one.
Lakeside now showing why they have so many state titles. Can they get their 9th tonight? Match the all-time leader, Bainbridge. Jamie Asaka in her 9th season. And another draw control for Lakeside. And Alex Johnson, you can see the frustration as she swings her stick down to the ground. Joe Canino. And now Lakeside, 9:25, still some time left as there's stop and play as Jeff Gross
resets that offside player.
On the top side. Yeah, they have to have 4 back. Offsides there on Lake Sammamish. Roper, her cross is smoking. In to 13, Lindsay Call, and she dumps it in.
Really taking advantage of this numbers up situation, which you want to do in these championship games. You don't want to give the other team any distance to get back into this. Take advantage of those times when you have man up.
Roper sharing the love to Call. Just getting barraged is senior keeper for Lake Sammamish, Miranda Taylor. We told you she had some unbelievable games. Big save in the Bainbridge game that got them to this championship with a one-goal lead. Had a huge save in the waning moments, and she's just getting an onslaught. Sammamish tries to get it, and they finally do.
This would be great to finally get the ball down on their offensive side here. It's been a rocky start to the half. Let's see if they can turn it over.
That was Hannah Linsky. Gets it, and Lakeside putting pressure deep in the offensive zone. She finally gets it back to Linsky. Over to Johnson. She finds Sokol. Great save by Shekels. Comes out. Sokol's down on the ground.
Good potential to put the ball in there, and defense doing the fundamental things that defense need to do. Just get a stick up in the lane.
They had numbers, went quick and early, and Amara Shekels, one of the best goalies in the state, came out to greet her and knocked it down. Now Lindsay Call picks it up off the turf. Monsauce chasing her, 7:48 now, 13-7. Lakeside just come out in the second half and put it on.
And we're back up to even numbers here. Lake Sam finally able to put a Band-Aid on this thing.
You see now Chapman, the far corner of your screen. Here's Rebecca Long with the ball now. Swings it over to Best. No problem, we'll scoop that up.
Lakeside really doing a great job of keeping it spread, pulling that defense out. They're starting to get into a crunch situation with the time, really making sure that they have the looks that they want by keeping it wide.
Fox attacks through the 8, now comes back on Linsky. They'll swing it out. No better time to play keep away. McGaney, number 4, she had an early goal in the first half. She swings it around, gets a nice shove by Chapman. And Jeff Gross will have none of it.
You can definitely see the frustration coming out here with Lake Sam just trying to put a man on the body and a little bit too much there.
You know, one of the things that Jamie Osaka talked about this particular group she has is the resiliency. She's got 8 seniors on this squad. McGaney finds a hole now, trying to take her one-on-one. Finally, she gets 2 and swings it back over. Good play by Cherokino to get in the middle of that pass. A huge turnover. Cherokino trying to get something going on the far side, but pressuring Lakeside. Unbelievable second half by the junior Amara Shekels. She's got one more year. Again, a basketball player, a volleyball player, Jamie Osaka. Most of these kids, she loves having multi-sport athletes on her lacrosse team and attributes a big part of her success to having such well-rounded athletes.
As a coach, you're always looking for people who know and understand space on a field. If you get those basketball, those soccer players, they're going to have a great understanding of how people are moving and where they need to move into space to be successful as a team passing it up.
McGaney now getting 2. There's Chapman and Monsauce. Chapman, she gets around her, now brings it back. Attracts another double team. Chapman gets it, but Duke Kamstra is going to award her. McGaney doesn't like the call. 4:33, the clock is ticking on Lake Sammamish's chance to win a state title.
Oh man, you can see the hunger in their play, getting down, taking the double team, putting the pressure on, and coming up with that turnover there. This is exactly what they need to do, and they still have a little bit of time here to take advantage.
Jamie Osaka, the head coach for Lakeside. She started playing lacrosse as a 6th grader at Lakeside. Was into soccer and said, hey, that looks pretty fun. Let me check that out.
Any opportunity as a kid you get to come out and play with sticks and actually hit kids with sticks, legally of course, is a great opportunity.
What's interesting, so Jamie Osaka basically is known around the state and in the league as a really defensive specialist. And found out during our call that she actually never played defense.
Well, she's done a great job tonight. Her team doesn't show any sign of that.
She was an attacker and played some midi down in California. There's an open Linsky. She puts it in, but there's a call. No shot.
This has to be one of the most frustrating calls that happen in lacrosse. An attack player gets in, puts the rock through the goalkeeper, through the uprights, and it's getting called back just for shooting space.
Hannah Linsky with only 2 goals on the year. A defender, another sweep save by Amara Shekels. She is on her head.
Oh man, definitely riding off of the emotions that her team is presenting at the other end of the field. She stepped up 3 big times down here.
Again, Linsky not a offensive player, doesn't get too many opportunities. Had a nice low bouncer off stick side, but Shekels turns her away. There's a Gawa getting called. It's going to be a call on Molly Mitchell.
Playing to win still. Time is getting tight. She's just trying to make a play on the ball there.
Stay with us. We are going to award a player of the game, and we'll have that player of the game and the winning coach up here in the booth for a post-game interview right after the game. 2 minutes left as you see Cherokino lose the ball. And Natalie Fox will take it over for Lakeside. Natalie heading to Brown University next year to play lacrosse. But we will have the award ceremony right here upon the immediate end of the game, and we'll keep it right here on the Lacrosse Network for some great post-game interviews. Right now, looking like Lakeside is going to tie Bainbridge for 9 state titles. Jamie Osaka, she already has 5 consecutive titles from 2006 to 2010. Looking right now like she's gonna get her 6th. Kaylee Best with the ball for Lakeside. 8 seniors on this Lakeside team. Who are you thinking right now, Emily Durbin, for player of the game, just as it left the stick of Amanda Roper? I know she's on the top of my head.
She's definitely on the top of my head, right up there with Natalie Fox. The two have had an incredible night tonight, taking care of the ball at all lengths, really been precise with their passing, precise with their shooting. 2 excellent choices.
Natalie Fox here at the free position, under 2 minutes to go. Clock does stop at every whistle under 2 minutes. Thought it was interesting, Emily, that Lake Sammamish had such problems coming out of the half with draw controls.
Absolutely, and I think some of that has to be attributed to that yellow card that was administered right before the half. Going to man down is really going to change the tempo of the game. You're going to get into situations where you have to play a little bit of a defensive strategy that's different than what you've been playing the whole game. They dropped into that zone, and wow, here we go. Lakeside is really taking advantage of that.
Up 13-7 here. Not much time left to go. Gets it to Roper. Roper cuts through. Chapman's going to get called for the cross body check. And now they just have to run down the clock.
Lake Sam doing all they can just to get any kind of piece of that ball and get possession of it. Unfortunately, it just keeps turning up as penalties against them. Lakeside doing a great job just keeping it spread.
Regains the ball as it hits the turf, and that's Rebecca Long. She loses it, but it's going to get a call from Jeff Gross. Going to stay Rebecca's ball. The waning moment, stay tuned. We're going to have a player of the game. Emily, not to put you on the spot, but you're going to have to decide soon.
Well, I think, Scott, that's definitely going to go to Amanda Roper tonight. She's got, I think,
5 goals.
There you go. 5 goals tonight in the championship game. Absolutely an astonishing season. She had 31 goals before tonight. Came through.
Yeah, she came up huge tonight, then ended the night with a great dish to Rebecca Long. Giving it up as you see Kaylee Best now running it out. Tony DeLucio, the head coach for Lake Sammamish, just his 2nd year as the varsity head coach for Lake Sammamish, brings them to the title game, and that will do it. Lakeside with their 9th state championship in their storied history, winning tonight 13-7 over Lake Sammamish.
Great job by the goalkeeper, Amara Shekels, tonight, coming up with 3 big stops there that really kept the momentum going for Lakeside.
Co-MVP tonight is Amara Shekels, and you know what, Emily Durbin? Well deserved. She didn't get anything by her in the second half.
Absolutely astonishing defense there. Number one, offensively keeping the ball on the attack, but then once it does transition, the defense came up big. Amara, really taking advantage of her position and making sure she's staying stick on ball there.
Lake Sammamish in that second half didn't get the ball that many times, but when they did, Amara Shekels with 4 major saves in the second half. So Amara Shekels, the junior, a night for seniors, but our player of the game is a sophomore and a junior. Amara Shekels, the heralded junior keeper, and Amanda Roper, the sophomore attacker, is our Washington State High School Girls Lacrosse State Championship game most valuable player and player of the game. Jamie Asaka will be up here. They're going to do the ceremonies. We're going to just take the audio. No, we're going to keep it here, right here. Let's go through what happened. Summaries. You see Lakeside kids come over and hang, and you know they're giving a big hug. I want to talk about the assistant coach, Mark Binder, for Lakeside. Interesting story. 2 daughters, Gracie Binder, actually a tremendous player, went on to play at Santa Clara for 4 years. But he's actually a professor in the medical department at University of Washington, played a little men's lacrosse, went to Columbia, actually a big rower. And Jamie Asaka telling me that it's the yin and the yang. He keeps everything calm. He's constantly talking to the girls about tweaking technical aspects of throwing and catching and all the offensive moves. He works with Amara Shekels 20 minutes a day, a big part of their goalie training. And boy, it paid off. Amara Shekels shutting the door on this powerful Lake Sammamish team.
It sure did. It's always nice to have an assistant coach that's looking at the smaller details of what you're bringing to the field. As a head coach, you're always looking, how can we get the big picture? How can we get the defensive stops and transition them into those offensive goals? And when you have a partner there that keeps you in your yin and yang, you're able to stay ahead of what each player needs individually, as well as bringing them together as a team.
This Washington High School Girls State Championship game has been brought to you tonight and most of the season by Muscle Milk. Muscle Milk's ready to drink, and it's a delicious protein-enhanced beverage that helps promote workout recovery, lean muscle growth, and sustained energy. From the first face-off to the final whistle, every fast break, ground ball, and set play is a battle. Protein will help you win it. Find Muscle Milk at your local convenience or grocery retailer or at the gym. Muscle Milk Workout Recovery Fuel. Give me strength. As you see the state championship trophy there, and I believe right to the left is the player of the game. We have for the Lacrosse Network, our broadcast, we're giving out 2. Not 1, Emily Durbin, but 2. Amanda Roper and Amara Shekels, as you see the Washington High School Girls Lacrosse Association president there briefly, Jason Henning, he's going to give the runner-up trophy over there to a well-deserved, as you see the players of Lake Sammamish.
Great effort that first half. They really kept the game tight. Unfortunately, the second half didn't crumble the way, or crumbled in a situation that wasn't really into their favor.
The senior Meg Chapman and Claremont Sauce on the left, trying to get her spirits up. They hug. These kids spend a tremendous amount of time. You know, Tony DeLucio, give him all the credit again, Coach of the Year this year. He professes team. It's not about me, it's about you. He talks about the great John Wooden pyramid of success, about I don't care if we win or lose, it's how much effort, it's how well we play as a team, and they exhibited that with another tremendous season. And I'll tell you what, they're the new kids on the block, and I don't think they're going away.
I don't think so either. You can tell that they're playing as a team. They're giving their all at all moments. They went down to that final whistle there, even though they weren't going to be able to make up such a goal deficit towards the end.
As you see the Lakeside Lions hoisting yet their 9th state title to the air.
What a tremendous picture there. Moments of glory. These girls have worked since February in the rain, in the snow. We've had some sleet. I think this is the first sunny night we've seen all season, to be honest here, Scott.
We've had some decent weather here tonight.
But have put it all together, and here they are, well-deserved state champions.
Well, we talked about the keys for the game, Emily Durbin. Lake Sammamish, a absolute juggernaut on the offensive. Players with 30-plus goals. How was Lakeside going to stop it? They both were very close on draw control averages, 13 a game for Sammamish and 14 a game for Lakeside. How did they do it? How did they stop this powerful Lake Sammamish offense?
Sure, they were able to take advantage of those number-up situations. You get down there, you settle your attack, and you find that open man so that you can deliver a nice, accurate shot on goal. These girls took advantage of that and did it to the tee tonight, which I believe gave them that lead and put them ahead for the win here.
Big number coming out tonight as you're seeing Co-Player of the Game Awards. Amara Shekels on your left, that's Jamie Asaka, the phenomenal head coach who has done so much for the girls game and the entire sport here in the state of Washington. And that's Rebecca Long sharing the trophy.
It's great to see the camaraderie out there. Everyone wants to get in with their teammates. No one's standing alone. Everyone getting their touch in there and just celebrating together tonight.
Big statistic for Lakeside tonight. Have them with 5 caused turnovers in this game tonight. Lake Sammamish, well, looks actually like Lake Sammamish, but it's the draw controls. What was the draw control final as we get these players coming up for
great, so
a post-game interview?
Draw controls for Lake Sammamish tonight ended up at 10, whereas Lakeside ended up with 11. Little bit of an edge there.
Jamie Asaka comes in here to the booth as you're watching. It's a photo op time down on the field. Come on in, ladies. Come on in. We'll try and all fit in here. We'll have to move back, see if we can get in. Well, you had 8. You did 5 in a row. Jamie Asaka, you can put the 6th on the board, and you're tied now for the state lead at 9 with your good friends over across the water, the Bainbridge Island Spartans. How does it feel?
Great. I mean, I'm so proud of this team. You know, it was a battle in the first half, and at halftime we just said, you know, we've got to put more effort into the draw controls. And I said in the beginning of the game, if we're even or close to even on the draw controls or the ground balls, we'd be successful, and we were in the second half.
Talk a little bit about, again, Jamie Asaka. We have Amir Shekels, the phenomenal goalkeeper. What a second half. And then the sophomore, Amanda Roper with 5 ginormous goals in the second half, working the D with a violin. I mean, putting moves on him. But talk about 1 second for your coach, Jamie. You talked about the effort, but what was the big adjustment? You came out of the second half crushing them on draw controls.
Yeah, we made a couple of switches on the draw controls as far as who was on the circle, and I think took better care of actually the ball when we got it in our stick, because we had the ball in our stick a lot, but we weren't finishing on picking it up and getting it in our possession. So once we did that, we were able to calm down on attack and get more of a flow going, because our possession time in the first half was just probably nothing practically. And so our defense was playing phenomenally in the first half. We were really shutting them down, coming up with some big stops, but we weren't able to possess the ball long enough, so that's kind of what we did. That's what we changed at halftime.
Mara, they were coming at you fast and furious in this first half.
Yeah.
We were coming in today, again, our call with your coach and the other coach, and you guys have such a patient, settled offense style. You take care of the ball. First half, it was run and gun, and you had a couple come through. What was your mental state that first half?
I was just trying to, just save as many as I could for my team. You can't get them all. No goalie can unless they're amazing. And I just try to pull through for my team. I wasn't really thinking. It's kind of like a blackout and just do what's natural.
And what happened to you in the second half? Did you gain another set of eyes, another pair of hands? You were absolutely unbelievable that second half. Off stick, goal, low, nothing was coming by you.
That was just a matter of my coach and my team having my back, really encouraging me to do my best and pumping me up is what it is. Giving me energy that I didn't have at halftime, and just a truly inspirational halftime speech really got me going.
Well, now you're just a junior. You can get back to the state final again. And lastly, but not leastly, the 5-goal juggernauter right here, Amanda Roper. What happened in that second half? Did the field all of a sudden the goal look like the size of Texas? What happened?
No, I think we moved the ball really well, so I think that the lanes opened up, and so I was the only person available. But honestly, I feel like every member of our team could have on the attack at least could have done that. Like Sammy or like everyone could have done that, and I just was the one who was lucky enough to be in that position. So
and did Rebecca Long, you put 5 through, and then the last one you decided to dish to your friend over there, Rebecca Long, for the last goal. Was that a deal you guys made?
No, she was open. Yeah.
Talk about one of the moves you had that was unbelievable. You shifted down to the strong side. They were looking. There was some confusion maybe by Meg Chapman. Mm-hmm. They caught them. You hesitated. You faked. And then all of a sudden you turn around, you're wide open. What happened on that play?
I think I just saw the lane that was there, and I think it was a penalty shot, so people don't expect you to go back in after you come out. And my team moved away because we were spreading out for our settled attack, and then the lane was there, so I just went. So it was just movement.
5 goals in your sophomore edition. What's next for your junior and senior campaign?
Practice.
All right, Amanda Roper, Amara Shekels, our player of the game, and, of course, the head coach. It's getting to be a habit. You took a year off, but you're back this year, Jamie Osaka, with the Lakeside Lions winning the 2013 High School Washington Girls Lacrosse Championship here in the state of Washington. Stay with us right here on the Lacrosse Network. We'll wrap it up right after this. Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent job.
Thanks, you guys.
So sweaty.
I know, we're like going.
I don't want to answer questions. I can't speak right now. Not in the shirt.
Emily Durbin will come back real quick, and we'll wrap this up as the final 13-7, Lakeside winning their 9th championship of the game. Came down to possessions, draw control. Lakeside just too much in the end.
Absolutely too much. Really well-spoken ladies with what they need to do. That zeroed in on practice. You can tell these girls have been practicing all year, and it definitely came to fruition here tonight. Feeding off of each other at halftime, going off of their inspirational speech, having a really great night after that.
Well, that's a final. As we'll come back into frame. Again, put that down over here. What a night for high school girls lacrosse. We're glad you joined us for Scott Oshman, Emily Durbin, our executive producer, Teresa Whipple, Angelo Como, and the entire broadcast production crew, Mike McQuaid, the sports information director, who's done a tremendous job all season for the U.S. Lacrosse Washington State chapter. We're glad you're here right here on the Lacrosse Network. Stay tuned. June 1st, we will have all the boys high school state championship action, Division I and Division II. But for tonight, it's a final here in Mercer Island, Lakeside, with their 9th championship, 13-7 over Lake Sammamish. Good night, everybody.
Good night.